We're live.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? You made it to Friday, y'all.
Yes, we're live. We're live. We're live. We're excited today. We do have a topic. Thank you, honey.
Today I want to talk about the power of YouTube. The power of YouTube.
I really believe that it's the power of the people that you have around you. But YouTube, especially in 2021, has been sort of the companionship that a lot of people had.
You know, that's another angle I didn't consider. YouTube can be a companion. But we're going to talk about that today.
And we will be right back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning, Melissa. Thank you for joining us today. So today is, of course, Shout It Out Friday, and we are going to be sharing some perspectives about YouTube, the power of YouTube.
That's the one I found upstairs.
Okay.
All right. Gotta fix our angle.
The power of YouTube. You could do that.
My head is cut off. I'm trying to tell you something.
Don't try to tell me anything.
And slide something over a little bit. That's all.
It's not in the middle.
All right.
There we go. Hey, Beverly. Thank you for joining. Dr. Beverly joining this morning. Thank you so much, Melissa. Today is Friday. You know that we love to celebrate you every day of the week, but especially on Friday.
Friday, the 10th of December, 2021. You know, just 10 years ago, we did not have YouTube like we have now. 10 years ago, I don't even think it existed. I can verify right now with the power of my phone when it existed. But 10 years ago, I know we didn't have this. Nowadays, if there's pretty much anything that we want to discover, anybody want to hear about, anything want to research, we go two places. We go to Google and we go to YouTube. You know, oh my God, I think about it sometimes. If I was a child, back when I was 13, 14, 15, if I had access to Google and YouTube then, my life would have been so much easier, I like to think.
I don't know if it would be easier, but it would definitely be different. I know that a lot of the research
would have been like that.
A lot of the research we did as children of a certain generation, we had to resort to encyclopedias, newspapers, even the library.
Yeah.
And we were often limited on access to what materials there was available.
And even then, when you can get access to that material, it was outdated. Nowadays, our information is not outdated.
It's current and up to date each iteration.
Yeah, it's right away, daily even.
Melissa said YouTube got her off to a hilarious start this morning. I love YouTube for so many reasons. Good morning, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining this morning. And I am looking forward to how we can also celebrate you. I want to celebrate someone this morning that has been quiet this week. I know that the girls have not been feeling well earlier on this week, but I want to say a shout out to Melissa. I am excited about the tree calendar. Melissa, I am excited about the new business and work that you're doing. And I am excited about everything that you are doing to build and grow, not just yourself, but also the Price Sisters.
You know, I do. I'm excited as well about that. You reminded me of a shout out. I'm going to shout out my cousin, Yolanda McNeill. The reason why I'm going to shout out Yolanda McNeill is last year, she had an idea to start a business. Her business last year was decorating people's Christmas trees for them. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to go to folks' homes and decorate their. And she actually had a client last year that paid her money to come to that person's house. And this year she wanted to do it as a business. So she had a session with me. I think you were there too. We had a session maybe 2 months ago. Okay. Yeah, about 2 months ago about how to price it and how to different price it and different services that she could offer in her tree decorating business. And she told me last week, Brian, my business is so booked. I can't do anything else right now. She can't even take on more clients. She is so booked out right now with her tree decorating business. And even her service of, she even does a few things for them. She'll come and decorate it for them and then haul it away after and come back after Christmas and
so
take it
set
away.
up and take down service.
Yeah, I set up and take down service of Christmas trees. And she is so booked. I like the idea of a business, and I'm so excited for her.
I am excited from last night. The Because of You gala was amazing.
It was last night. The Because of You gala with Home for Me. It was amazing. Lisa and I both served at the event. I interviewed the young people, which was inspiring to say the least. Lisa served as the auctioneer for the auction, and she did a phenomenal job. And they actually gave an award out. They gave an award for the Because of You Award. They called it the Because of You Award. And the 2021 recipient of the Because of You Award is Lisa Santiago McNeill.
I really was not expecting that.
She was shocked.
In the whole.
She was shocked. She was on camera. She had her hand like this here. And they said, and this year's winner is Lisa Santiago McNeill. Oh, okay. She was shocked.
Dr. Beverly says, yes, Christmas interior decorator. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate it. Remember that you can still continue to give even for Christmas right now for the Home for Me family. You can go to homeforme.org and you can still contribute there. There are lots of different ways. You can choose Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, lots of different things to make sure that we do get not only the bed in the bags for the children, but also give them the opportunity to get something that they specifically want. They will be given gift cards so that they can shop for themselves. And we're looking for your support there. It's not over. Go to homeforme.org.
Yes, congratulations, Mama Lisa. And she deserves it. Let me tell you, I've known Lisa got the award for a week now. And they asked me to present Lisa. And
you knew for a week?
I've known for a week, yes. And I didn't want you to know. And I had been preparing my speech to introduce Lisa because Lisa's so special. She's so important. And she doesn't get nearly the recognition that I think she deserves. And I wanted to really, really give it to her. But I also wanted to tell the tale because of the audience of what Lisa came from to the place and the person she is today. So I have been working on my speech all week. And shouts out to Donna Lee Reed because they started on time and finished on time exactly, okay? And which is amazing, which I really appreciate, actually. So even yesterday, I was working on it all afternoon about what I wanted to say and tell the story. And it was too emotional. It was really, really emotional speech I had prepared for Lisa. It was going to make people cry if I had done it the way I did it. But we ran out of time and I didn't get a chance to do it at all. So, which was fine the way it was. So what I did was I told Lisa, I was supposed to present you. And she goes, well, you do the speech for me later after she had finished her other call. And I couldn't imagine standing in front of Lisa saying that same talk. So I recorded it for her. I recorded and I let her watch it.
Dr. Beverly says, shout out to the best friends I've ever had in the Empowerment Duo Family Network. Y'all are awesome in your fabulousness, and thank you for being one of the greatness in my family.
Woo-hoo.
You're very welcome.
And I'm honored to hear you say that. Melissa Price says, I'm supposed to be picking up the calendars tomorrow. They are being bound as we speak.
I love it.
Thank you for the shout out. You're very welcome.
Absolutely. Jacqueline, thank you so much for attending Home for Me. She said, the gala was great. Thank you for attending on last night.
Both of you were ta-da, totally awesome and definitely amazing. Congratulations again, Lisa. Yes, Sister Jacqueline, she showed up. I got to talk with my buddy Justin yesterday too. He called me up. We spent a half an hour on the phone. Justin, he's the young man who got out of jail earlier this year, couldn't find a job, and he called me up and he was like, no, last year. This was last year. I've been talking with him on the phone for over a year now. But anyway, a few months ago, he bought himself a blower, a leaf blower, and he went into business blowing leaves. And Lisa and I were so encouraging. And yesterday, he called me up, and first he sends me a text, says, "Brian, I need to just talk to you today. Can I talk to you today?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, we can talk." We got on the phone, and he's always motivating to me to talk to him. He goes, "Man, people say they're going to support, and then they don't support the business. And I got clients, and then I can't get in with this and that and the other." I was like, "Brother, you planted seeds in the ground. And when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't need to get grass the next day or the next week even. But there's a lot of stuff going on." And we talked about that for a while, and he got so excited. And I made a couple of more suggestions for him. But that mentee, Justin, he kind of warms my spirit every time I talk to him.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for him as well. And I know the success that is coming forthwith. Melissa says, "I want to hear the speech for Lisa." Dr. Beverly says, "Do the speech, do the speech, do the speech."
It's too emotional.
Good morning, Felicia.
It'll move you to tears almost, and then exhilaration. But I recorded for Lisa. You could tell them whatever you want them to know about it.
No, you should do it.
I should do the whole daggone speech?
Yeah.
No way, man.
I don't know why. It was only 6 minutes.
It's 6 minutes, yes, but dang.
Today is Shout It Out Friday. That would be a shout out. I'm putting you on the spot.
You put who on the spot? And I don't know. We don't have time, really. We got to talk. Look at the time. Look at the time. It's 9:11 already.
It's 9:11, and it's a 6 minute and 44-second speech.
Can I hear the speech?
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Do the speech.
Who wants to hear the speech?
Make it like a story time.
Who wants to hear it?
Yeah. Who wants to hear it?
Yes.
Dr. Beverly, Melissa, Felicia, and me.
And you. Really, Lisa? I gotta get my head right for this.
Jacqueline says you were gonna do it publicly last night.
That was last night, though. That's a different headspace.
Miss Phyllis, I think Miss Phyllis wants to hear it. Jacqueline wants to hear it. Dr. Beverly wants to hear it.
God.
Melissa wants to hear it. Felicia wants to hear it. I want to hear it. And
I don't see Dr. Deborah Dunstan. She didn't say nothing.
Deborah's actually in an interview this morning for the summit. Absolutely. She's on an interview this morning with one of my clients, Deborah Andazzo. I actually referred her to interview Dr. Deborah, the nonprofit strategist. And if she were here, she would say, speech.
Have you ever studied for a test in high school or college, and you even crammed because you wanted to get a good grade on the test? And then when the test came, because you had studied and because you had crammed, you did really good on the test.
Mm-hmm.
Say that test was on a Friday, okay, or Thursday or Wednesday, no matter what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the next day, if you had to take the same test again, you wouldn't score nearly as well. Why? Because you had prepared for that test and you had put it all into that test and dumped it out. You couldn't do it nearly as good the next day. See, I recorded it last night and I poured it all out.
That's the world's smallest violin.
You didn't get my point, though?
I heard you. So I can, that's right. Dr. Beverly says, Brian, I have never heard procrastination. If I've heard it now, stop playing around. This is the voice of Beverly Thomas with the look of Dr. Deborah. Speech. I'm going to go ahead and get the speech.
You going to get what I did?
Back in a moment.
You going to get it?
Yep, I'm going to get it.
That way I don't have to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to get the recording of the speech. I would have had to change my whole mindset to do that right. I am a method or professional or whatever. I could have done it, but it would have taken me about 4 or 5 more minutes to get my head there. But instead of me getting my head there, Lisa's going to go pull it off of my laptop so that you guys can hear what I recorded. And I think that'll be better for me. It'll be less taxing on me mentally and physically. Melissa says, I can't believe you're wimping out, Paw. Tisk, tisk. Put your sales face. I could have done it, but it was going to take me a few minutes to get my head right. And Lisa's not going to wait for that. So she's going to go get it and then share it with you guys. You see, I had rolled up my sleeves. I was going to do what I had to do mentally. I had to do my mental gymnastics. When I give a talk, I want it to be good every time. So I mentally prepare for it to be good. I know the secret to give a great speech. And the secret to giving a great speech is to focus on how you want your audience to feel when you're done. Now, I wasn't mentally prepared when y'all started yelling, speech, speech, speech. I wasn't prepared to get myself in the headspace of how do I want the Empowerment Circle audience to feel when I'm done with this speech. It was just going to take me a couple of minutes to get there. That's all. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, Melissa, really? Melissa says, you still got time to do it yourself. Just do it. Forget the recording. We are your family. We feel everything you deliver. Leanne Cannon says, love that, Melissa. I think I'm excited about Lisa going to get the recording. Again, I could do it. Like, for example, Jacqueline says, Sister Jacqueline says, Brian, this speech is coming from your heart. We got you. I appreciate your encouragement, Sister Jacqueline. Melissa Price says, so you wouldn't be a good contestant for what line? Whose line is it anyway? I like the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I would be a great contestant because my headspace would be spontaneity. Okay, it would be that. It would be spontaneity, and I would be in the mode. And matter of fact, I have participated in what do you call those things? It's not ad-lib. That's not the right word. But when you're doing sketch comedy, but there's a word for it where you're acting it out right then, you know. And I even took a class on it before as well in Greensboro, North Carolina, where like they'll throw up a topic and then immediately you come out there and perform it. Okay, but it's not. What's the word for that? Man, I can't. It's not coming to me right away, but it will. It'll come to me. And plus, I haven't had breakfast. I'm gonna give all kinds of excuses. I haven't had breakfast. And
you're giving as many as you can find.
Impromptu, yeah, that's a good word.
I have never seen him as full of excuses.
It took a lot out of me to do it, baby. Did you find it?
Yes, I found it. So quite honestly, the problem that Brian is experiencing is actually one of the reasons why you haven't heard so much of the information in this. And he's going to have to get a little bit more comfortable with the story, quite honestly, because in 2022, you're going to have to hear a lot more about it. You're going to get to, how about that? You're going to get to hear a little bit more about where things have started and where things are now. You cannot begrudge humble beginnings.
This ain't humble, baby. This is horrible.
Yeah, they can sometimes be one and the same. And I know that can be uncomfortable for you, but it's actually indicative of the strength that God gave me for those experiences.
You go ahead and show the recording.
It's indicative.
Felicia Gardner says, live is so much better because you are live right now, so the feeling wouldn't be the same hearing a recording and looking at it. You give it a try. And Melissa's excuses. He got some stage fright this morning. It's not stage fright, it's headspace. Melissa Price says, Felicia Gardner, I agree, sis. Leanne Cannon says, wah. I think it was harder to put it off than to do it.
I think so too.
She goes, just kidding. I do get you. Leanne would get me because Leanne's a professional too. Mm-hmm. Okay. She would get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So quite honestly, a lot of it, I realized, and this may be uncomfortable to hear, but I realized that there have been some scenarios where I did not present enough of the authenticity of who I am, what I have gone through, and what I have accomplished as a result of what I have been through, because I know that it is very, very important. I mean, uncomfortable for my husband.
It is uncomfortable. Sister Beverly says, if you could talk about wear your wife Wednesday, and I did wear my wife Wednesday. I didn't mention it, but I did. You could definitely tell her how great she is and how wonderful she is and how things wouldn't happen right now without her because she has your back. Come on, Brian, open your mouth. It ain't that. Okay, Melissa Price says Leanne Cannon. Yeah, he spent more than
I'm sorry.
more than 6 minutes and 44 seconds avoiding doing it live already. Okay, let's just let Lisa do her thing and showcase it. Because last night I did give it authentically because I had prepared to do it. So I recorded for my wife.
Okay. Well, I have to finish getting
no
getting it uploaded, and I am excited about it. I am excited about hearing it again. Although
even you watching it last night
was uncomfortable for you.
It was very uncomfortable for me because I didn't want to be in the room. I left the room. I didn't want to be in the room while Lisa watched this. Because it's
uncomfortable for you.
Very.
But that is a testament to the grace that God gives you.
I don't know if uncomfortable is strong enough a word for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I understand that. I understand that. And I understand you're not liking it. I understand definitely, not wanting to have to revisit it. But that's actually part of telling the story. The story is what it was. It is what it was, but it was not the end of
which is the part
the message
that makes it even the least bit tolerable. That's the story didn't end in that place. Okay, and you didn't get bitter because of it.
Yeah.
Lisa had a very, very difficult childhood, and it's a childhood that I only want to hear about. I couldn't even watch a movie about a childhood like this. Okay, couldn't stand it. But go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and share his wonderful introduction of me. He was supposed to give it last night. He recorded it for me. I did have an opportunity to hear it, and I'm grateful to be able to share it. Jacqueline says, "Love you, Brian. I'm excited anyway. I'm glad to get
says, "Oh my God, the suspense is killing me."
Absolutely. Here we go. No more suspense.
Hello. I want to tell you this story about this pretty little girl who happened to be particularly intelligent. This pretty little girl grew up enduring the worst types of abuses that you could imagine. This pretty little intelligent girl endured physical abuse, a lot of it. She endured psychological abuse, a lot of it. And she endured sexual abuse, and a lot of it. And it was even compounded by her strong desire to protect her sister, who was even younger than her. This pretty little, smart, intelligent girl endured these abuses until the age of 13. And all this time that she was enduring this abuse, she was praying for and wishing for someone to protect her. She was praying for and wishing for some levels of love, some level of security, some level of protection, and it wasn't there. At age 13, she left that abusive situation and went out into the world, the cold world, basically on her own. And she survived on her wits. She lied about her age so that she can get a job at Burger King. And because school didn't make sense to her, she dropped out of high school in the 10th grade because she couldn't see how learning calculus was going to help her get more hours at Burger King because she needed money. This smart, pretty, intelligent girl making grown person decisions, she found herself sometimes in situations where she wasn't in control because she didn't have the money and she didn't know how to protect herself. So she ended up enduring things into her adulthood that she wished and she prayed that she didn't have to. She ended up getting married and stayed married for a long time in a marriage that was unfulfilling for her. Because she was smart, she found herself landing a good corporate job that she was not qualified for. And she did well on this job. There came a time where her spirit told her that there was more to her life than that corporate job. And she decided that she had something to offer the world. And she made it her mission to be for other women, to be for other girls what she wished that she had had for herself. She made it her ministry so that no woman would ever have to stay in a bad situation because of money. This pretty smart woman, she got to the place in her life where she wanted to tell her story of overcoming in a book. So she decided to write a book, and she was trying to get her book written and published. And when she went to publishers, the money that they required for her to do it was exorbitant to her, was out of her reach. She couldn't figure out how she could come up with the money to publish her book, but it was in her heart to get this book published because she believed that it would help some woman, some girl. She did what she always did. She got resourceful. She started researching and figuring out how could she publish her own book. She studied, she asked people, and she came to a place where she could figure out how to do it herself. And she actually published her first book in 2016. That book did very, very well. And what she noticed was people would always congratulate her for having written a book. But the very next thing out of their mouth was, how can I get my book written? I have a book too. How did you do it? They wanted her to know, tell them how she did it. And she figured maybe in this world, there's a place for me. So she decided to start publishing other people's works for a living, for a profit. She published a few people's works. She even published my works. In the past 4 years, she has published more than 100 works, birthed more than 100 books. This same woman who spent her whole life wanting protection and security and love and acceptance, and made it her life's ministry so that no woman would ever have to endure the things that she endured. She wanted to help them to figure out a way to get out of their situation, figure out a way for them to use their gift, skills, and talents so that they could stand on their own, earn their own money, and provide their own protection and security for themselves. This woman was very, very civic. She helped out everywhere she could, and she became known as someone that you could go to for help. This woman who endured these things, had overcome all of these things, did not become bitter with life. She became better with life. She did all of this work and helped all of these people without wanting a reward for it, without asking for recognition for it. This woman, this girl who endured so much and became the beautiful, strong, helpful, loving spirit, is the recipient of the 2021 Because of You Award. Her name is Lisa Santiago McNeill. I am so proud of her, and I'm so proud to say that I married this woman. God bless her. She makes me a better man. Because of her, every great thing that I'm going to ever do from this moment to the rest of my life is going to be done better, because she endured and she became what she wanted other women to have. God bless you, Lisa Santiago McNeill, and congratulations. All right. Now do I understand why I couldn't do it?
Amen. It is a beautiful sentiment, and it is a beautiful speech. It's definitely a keepsake. Just like Melissa said, this is a keepsake. Treasure this forever. Thank you so much, Shanrika. Absolutely.
Melissa also said this is officially Waterhead Friday up in here.
Amen. 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 I am excited. I am actually honored, as the word from my husband, to share his heart in this way and with this introduction that he made. And I have to say that even as you look back over some of the things that I went through, one of the things that I see over and over again that was an obstacle that is like the drum that I am beating to help women to understand, it is that economic independence is entrepreneurship. There were so many situations that I had to go through. There were so many things that I had to deal with simply because I didn't have enough money. Yes, you may have had abuse. Yes, there may have been neglect. Yes, there may have been unseemly situations, but the answer to so many of those situations was money. And why I continue to reinforce with women, get something that you have the last say on, get something that you get to determine what you earn, what you make, so you can make your own decisions. That is the most important thing, because so many of those things, the choice to drop out of school, financial, the choice to, there's so many of those things, the choices were financial. The situations that I was in were based upon finances. There was not enough money to provide for me. There was not enough money to keep me safe. They were financial. I need you to understand that finances are the key in some of these things. There's so much. The message is so clear. Even forget about me and forget about my situation. Even when you think about biblical situations, yes, a lot of them have to do with healing. Yes, a lot of them have to do with deliverance. But there are many that have to do with finances. Finances, making enough money to decide what you want out of life and to decide who you want to do it with. It is about economic independence. And if you can get to the place where you can earn for yourself, where you can establish yourself, then you can be who you were intended to be, and nobody can keep you from that.
Sister Jacqueline says, wow, with an exclamation point. My first telephone conversation with Lisa, I found myself in tears because Lisa truly is anointed and carries the spirit of an overcomer, a superwoman who carries within her so much love, so much love, purpose, and freedom. My true shero. Shanrika says, congratulations, Diva Lisa. Dr. Beverly says, no, I still don't understand why you couldn't do it. Such a powerful story about a wonderful woman, which happens to be your wife, which happens to be our mentor, which happens to be our big sister, which happens to be our friend, which happens to be our empowerment and possibility in life and success. Lisa Santiago McNeill deserves that award. She got the award. She deserves the award. And I won't be telling this speech very often. I can tell you that right now. Good morning, Charlotte's Obamas. Good morning, Brother John. William Brown says, congratulations, Lisa. John C. Barnett, he tags our friend, Bishop Amir May. John is also tagging Lynette. And Leanne Cannon says, wow, wow, wow. Lynette's Hurst Regional. Okay, come on, John.
Tagging him, tag him, call him out. Okay. Felicia says, this is so inspiring. She was so selfless, and she is my hero. Yes, Brian, she is. Yes, Brian, she is. Lisa, you are a rock. Thank you for sharing. That's love for such an amazing woman. That is his wonderful wife. Turn those lemons in life into lemonade and show others how to do the same. Amen.
God bless you both.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is Shout It Out Friday, and we want to definitely shout you out. We want to definitely shout out what accomplishments you have. I want to shout out our awardee last night. Reagan, I can't remember her last name.
There was a young lady named Reagan. She got a scholarship of $1,250
for what's the name of the school? Oh my goodness.
She's not Johnson C. Smith, is it?
No.
But she's in the school. She's in college. Let me tell you something. A college kid getting a scholarship for $1,250 that they didn't expect made her day.
And 2 months from homelessness. She shared that.
Yes. And 2 months ago, she had no place to live.
Absolutely.
And she couldn't stop talking about what difference it made 2 months ago having her apartment now. Oh my gosh, being able to go to a refrigerator. And she said when she was homeless, she was eating terribly. She was eating fast food all the time because she was homeless. It made her feel heavy, sluggish. She couldn't breathe hardly. Now that she has a home with a refrigerator, she's able to eat cleaner. She's just talking about the blessing of being able to go to her refrigerator and eat something healthy.
And she is a published author now. She is a contributor to the Home for Me Because of You cookbook. For the Heart from the Heart, and she is one of the contributors for that. So her life is making a definite change in the right direction.
Sister Jacqueline says, you are hitting the nail on the head. The money, Lord knows, God knows how to correct us. So glad he chose me for you, Lisa. You are my Sherry Amor. So glad you are mine. Yes.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for calling them all out. Lynette, Leanne, we saw your eye emoji. Thank you so much for all the hearts. I appreciate it. I'm telling you that yesterday was so amazing for me.
And full.
Yeah, it was full. That's what I'm gonna say. Not only the Home for Me gala, and although that was full and amazing, I'm excited about all of the programs that have been successful. I'm excited about the upcoming program on the 18th for the Home for Me, the Christmas party or holiday party. I don't know which they're calling it, but on the 18th, that we will be out there also celebrating and helping to share with our children, with our teens who are aging out of foster care. It's important to say teens and not children, because 18 is the cutoff, right? While we still may consider them children in the eyes of so many organizations, that's it. You're an adult.
Yeah, in name only. I can tell you, I've been 18 before, and I wasn't an adult.
Well, but at 17, you were adult enough to fight for your country.
I was in the Army at 17.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Bill but I was a boy with a toy. Okay. But you want to read it or want me to do it?
You can read it.
William Brown says, Lisa, you show us how to make more than lemonade with lemons. Cakes, cookies, lemon chicken, and on and on. You help us to do the same.
Amen.
Thank you, William.
Praying for Harding High School and their challenges with teens and guns. Amen. Ban all guns. We are praying for them. Absolutely. We are praying for them and hoping that we get a handle on this.
I don't know if it'll ever happen in our lifetime because the way America is established. But countries that have no guns, like China, they have no guns in the public. You know, they get like 4 shootings a year, and we get 100 times that many. Okay, because everyone has guns here. I was in a couple of nights. Last week, Lisa and I went to the supermarket. It was in the evening, and I pulled Lisa up to the front, and I stayed in the car. And I'm in the car and watching something on my phone, and I see this dude get out of his car. He's got a T-shirt. He's smoking a cigarette, got on a ball cap, and he's got a gun holstered to his side. And he's just strolling in there with a gun, into the supermarket. Why do you need a gun going into the supermarket? You don't need a gun walking into Harris Teeter. So I called Lisa right away and said, Lisa, there's this dude walking in there with a gun. I want you to get out of there as fast as possible.
I wish he would have just said, I want you to get out of there. But he went on to tell me about this guy with the gun. And
I wanted you to recognize him.
I didn't recognize him. I didn't see him. I just hurried up and hustled out.
In case you saw him and didn't see the gun, I wanted you to know what he looked like and what he had on. That's why I said, there's this dude, I just watched him walk in there with a gun on his hip. For what? What a wuss. Anyway, so legal don't make it right.
Okay. Jacqueline says, shout out my mailing my surprise packages across the country. Next Tuesday, you can still give me your address in my message box. I am excited to bless. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about the power of YouTube, and I'm going to tell you why I wanted to talk about that. And I'm still okay if we just stay on the celebration of the amazing woman that Lisa has become. I mean, coming out of the mud into the beauty. The reason why I wanted to talk about that is the influencers that I have been infusing myself with on YouTube. I've been watching Maverick Carter and Rachel Rogers, and I've been watching The Shop, with HBO's The Shop with LeBron and all these people. And the conversations are kind of changing the way I'm looking at things because they're talking about money and life and on a different level. But I was also able to run the parallel because back in 2013, when my life was not going well, I was not earning money, my life was not going well. I was a part of a church, Love Fellowship Believers, that had a very, very active homeless ministry. Every weekend, we went under the bridge and fed them and prayed for them and talked to the homeless. We sang songs with them, but we got a chance to talk to them. And every weekend I'm talking with these people, and I understand they got systems. They know where to go in the morning to eat and lunchtime to eat and dinner time to eat. They know where to go for warmth, know how to get out of the rain. They got systems. They can stay homeless for years, you know. And I even came to the point, because my life wasn't working in 2013, I even got to the point where I asked myself, could I live like that? Could I live the way these homeless people are living? I even talked to my buddy, Pastor Kevin Webb, and said that same words to him. You know, Pastor, I was thinking, could I live like them? I'm not able to afford myself right now, but could I live like them? Him and I actually had a conversation about it. And I think it's because what I was around, the conversation I was around so much, that took my mind there. And I'm thinking about, because of YouTube, we could take our mind where we want to go by putting ourselves around it, on the premise you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. That was my thought.
Absolutely. And I think that it's really important for us to be conscious about what we put our thoughts into and what we put our energy into. And tonight, we invite you to join us for the Jumpstart 2022.
Woo-hoo.
Tonight on at 10 o'clock, at 7 o'clock tonight on the 10th, we are going to be hosting the Because of You, excuse me, that was the 9th. We are going to be hosting the Jumpstart 2022 program. I want you to come so that we can hear from you, making sure that we are developing this with you in mind, and also sharing with you what these next 21 days are going to be like, because there are 21 days between now and the new year, and it takes 21 days to build a habit. We're looking to help to support you to lay that foundation, whether it's with eating, whether it's with finance, whether it's with coaching, whether it's with speaking, whatever it is that you are attempting to do. If we are not the subject matter experts, believe it or not, we know who is. We will find them. We will invite them. They will be sharing with you their relationship tips, their success tips, their greatness tips. Anything that you want to know over the next 21 days, we're going to bring someone into the fold to help to bring and do and share that with you. I have taken the steps not only to preliminarily begin to build and expand and extend my tribe. One of the reasons why you don't see Dr. Deborah here is because one of the new organizations that I am associated with, I actually recommended her for an interview. And that is one of the things that you're going to hear a lot more of. But I took the steps to join an organization over the past week that is definitely going to be taking the Empowerment Network on steroids to the next level. And a jump start of all of those shenanigans and great things that are happening happens tonight. You're going to hear about so many of the upcoming things. We got a cruise coming up in 2022. We got a magazine coming up in 2022. We got all kind of trips coming up. We got some growth and development. We got an anthology. If you're not interested in writing your whole book but want to contribute a chapter of what's going on in your life, you can be a part of that. And we've got some group publishing programs that you're going to be able to take a part of, along with Brian has already announced some of his projects that he's working on. His coaching is going online. He's got a lot of information, and the Empowerment Network is going to hear a lot about all of these things tonight. Leanne says it's crazy.
Wait. I gotta say, Leanne, I am 100% in lockstep agreement with this statement. She says it's crazy, crazy, to call a teenager, in all caps, an adult. Seems like the government just started calling them that an adult so that they could draft them. That's exactly why it happened, and that's exactly when it happened. So they could draft them into war, send them into war. Had nothing to do with reality. Same thing with orphans, spit out into the world at 18. Unconscionable. Orphans spit out into the world at 18. It's unconscionable.
Yeah, and it is a really difficult road to hoe, if you will. Being in the world independently at the age of 13 and pretty much going from pillar to post, doing whatever had to be done in order to survive, was not a lifestyle that I would hand on to someone else, that I would want someone else to have to go through. But I do know this. I know that through those circumstances, through all of the trials and tribulations, and a lot of things happened that I'm not particularly proud of, but I'm able to see them in my rearview mirror. They actually created some of the resiliency and the tenacity that I have now that allows me to look forward, even into very desperate and desolate situations, and see possibilities that otherwise would have gone unnoted.
Only silver lining I see. I don't like it. I know it created you, and because of that, you went through that. You can help another person in that. You have to read Dr. Beverly.
Dr. Beverly says, Brian, we're not here today to neglect you. You are the greatest sales coach outside of being the greatest sales coach. You have given us pearls of wisdom. You feed us with your knowledge. You clothe us with opportunities. You that open up secrets for success. Thank you, Brian, for being the safety net for Lisa. Thank you for continually encouraging her. And thank you for being the man that she needs in this journey. You are the greatest.
Thank you very much. And that's what I want to be. Okay, that's what I want to be. So often we get, look at the time. It's 9:45. We're going to have to go to the top.
Absolutely. And Brian does have a difficult task. He says, here's one thing that all of those experiences created for me. All right. One of those things is I operate without a net. And so sometimes I don't allow him to be the net that would be nice to have.
You don't sweat that. Relax. We both operate without a net, and that's why I like it.
Okay. Jacqueline says, tonight I'm so ready. Jumpstart my 2022. Plug me in and charge me up. Been physically out of it all week, like Aunt Esther used to say in Sanford and Son. I told the devil, back up, sucker. I love it.
Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all can't be my friends. Okay. Oh man, let me just say this too. On Tuesday, was it Tuesday that I fell? Tuesday, I fell and bumped my head, okay? And injured my neck and shoulders. And since that time...
It was harsh.
Yeah, I fell backwards and hurt myself. And since that time, I know I've been healing, but my body still shook. It still shook. I sneezed this morning and hurt everything on the inside.
I don't know if you can blame that on the fall. You might have to blame that on the 54.
It could be. It could be that. Okay. Blame that on my age instead of the fall. But anyway, let's do what we do here. We like to thank our consistent contributors. We like to thank you guys that been rocking with us for years with a greeting song and a greeting logo. It's 9:47. We got to fly. Melissa Price is up first. Her jam is bam, 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 bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song.
Melissa's on. Good morning, Melissa.
I made a mistake.
That sounds like some grandpa stuff to me.
Melissa and everyone else who chooses to support Storytime with Paw B, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Dr. Beverly is here.
Dr. Beverly has a logo. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Sister Jacqueline has a song, according to Jacqueline.
My Jacqueline Rosie, pretty little girl that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Good morning, Jacqueline Rosie. Thank you for your support as well. Scroll, baby. Scroll.
Absolutely.
Miss Phyllis is here. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Felicia, we love you.
You're the one for me. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Good morning, Felicia. Thank you so much for coming, for hanging out with us. Hey, I want to get to Leanne.
Okay, she is.
And it's Leanne. It's Leanne.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone. Good morning, Miss Leanne. How you doing?
Absolutely. Can you remember? Well, let's do Bill.
Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody
thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning.
Good morning,
Miss Shamrika
Bill.
Crawford Benjamin is here. Tell me about the Benjamins, baby. Tell me about the Benjamins, baby. Because children love money. They just don't understand it. Thank you. Good morning, Shamrika.
Thank you
now,
so
what you
much.
say? Can I remember something?
Can you remember John Barnett's song?
Yes, I can remember John Barnett's song.
Okay.
He's John Barnett. You could be mean when you look this clean. He's John Barnett. Call him day or night, he'll make it all right. He's John Barnett.
I love it. Hey, John, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I'm telling you, this is going to be, hey, Pastor Amir, Bishop Amir, excuse me.
Bishop, good morning.
Hey,
blessings.
Good morning. Thank you so much for hanging out. Jacqueline, I'm excited and ready to jumpstart your 2022 as well.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
If you have not registered already, please register for the Jumpstart 2022 tonight. It is seriously going to be the event of the year because we want you to imagine everything that you want or need or expect out of 2022. And immediately we're going to do what's necessary. Yeah, I know that's right.
Bishop, we can get you a jam. What I want you to do, Bishop, is to recommend a song that speaks to your spirit, and we'll find a jam for Bishop Amir or Amir J. And we can find Amir J. We can find you a hip hop jam. Jacqueline says, Brian, get some dandelion herbs, good for soreness and healing body trauma. Dandelion herbs? What kind of a pill or liquid or something? I don't know. But Bishop, we would love to find you a jam. And I think you're about, I think I'm older than you, but we can find you a hip hop jam. I don't want to go too old school.
We'll get some and bring it on back. Just come on back and participate with us, and we will definitely find a song for you. We're grateful that you took some time out of your morning to participate with us today. We're looking forward to seeing you tonight. Make sure that you register at bit.ly/jumpstart2022.
Like Eminem has his jam. They forgot about Dre. And he does this fast rap. He's like, da, 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 but they forgot about Dre. And I'm thinking, da, 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 but Bishop Amir J. Maybe I'm working already.
We love it. We love you. We hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Make some time to end the week. Celebrate what you've accomplished. Look forward to what you're going to accomplish. Give God some praise and thanks in the meantime. And in the meantime, today is Friday. Jacqueline says, Brian, it's a capsule and a tea. Bitter, so the capsule may be better. It's bitter, so the capsule may be better. Today is Friday, and don't forget to have sex.
Yes, have a beautiful rest of your week, and make sure your week does end. God bless you.